A cupcake with bright frosting appears against a white background. It hops forward and gasps as it discovers 3 muffin pans that exactly look like braille cells. 7 more brightly colored cupcakes appear. At the whistled command of the original cupcake, hop into the various muffin holes to form the braille letters TBK. The muffin tins are replaced by the Blind Kitchen logo, green braille letters TBK on a white background. Fade to black.
Hello, and welcome to the Blind Kitchen, where everyone has a seat at the table. I'm your host, Deborah Erickson, and in this episode, we're going to talk about the work trays.
Deborah is wearing many bottles of salt and pepper earrings. She is wearing a purple chef's coat, a white apron with the Blind Kitchen logo.
The work trays are perhaps the most used item in my kitchen. I could not do without them. They serve primarily to contain, to organize, to clean, and for some will offer additional visual assistance. The work trays are a standard tray that you would find in any cafeteria, hospital, or fast food establishment. Their raised sides make them ideal for containing foods and spills. I use a work tray as a cutting board, so that when I'm fabricating my food into smaller and smaller pieces, there's no more pieces falling off onto the counter. They're safely contained in this predictable area. The other place containment comes in handy is that anyone who cooks has at one time or another knocked over a bottle or a box and had food spill unintentionally. The nature of these trays helps contain that food inside the 4 walls of this tray so that the food may even be able to be salvaged, or even if it isn't, it's going to make cleanup all that much easier. Another use for the work trays is in terms of organization. There's nothing more frustrating than getting in the middle of a recipe and you find out that you're missing an ingredient. For example, let's say I'm making cookies, and I'm in the middle of it and I discover I'm out of butter or I'm out of eggs or even chocolate chips. If I, in advance, get all of the ingredients I need, put them onto the same work tray, my cooking experience is going to be more organized, more predictable, and much more pleasant. The work trays also serve well for cleaning purposes. In terms of working with foods such as raw fish, raw eggs, or raw poultry, they grow bacteria very quickly at temperatures above 41 degrees, and most kitchens are well above that. This contained area with its raised sides allows me to work with this dangerous when raw foods, and when I'm done, I can either clean the tray immediately, or if time does not permit at that point in the recipe, I can just move it to another place that I know it will be away from my other food, so I won't accidentally get a towel on it or a utensil in it or ingredient bottle. They'll be safely away from where the action is happening, and I can wash it later as time permits. The second way these trays help in cleaning is that often when I'm cleaning a kitchen table after my family has eaten or cleaning a counter, there are bits of food that need to be cleaned off the table. All I do is take the tray and I put it underneath the lip of the table or counter, and right now I'm pulling the tray underneath the counter, and now I'm using my cloth to corral the crumbs in the food and drop it right onto the tray. The raised sides of this tray make it much less likely that that food is going to find its way to the floor as I travel to the garbage can or the sink to dispose of it. Now I'm going to tell you how to care for your work trays, but first I want to point something out. When you opened your work trays, you will notice that there is a strip of 8 bump dots, 4 for each tray. You want to stick one of these bump dots in each corner on both trays, and they will make your tray virtually non-skid. This is especially important if you're using it as a cutting surface. You don't want it to slide around. Now, occasionally, after repeated washings, the bump dots can come away. In that case, just put another bump dot where it is. If you happen to run out of bump dots, another solution to keep it non-skid is to just take a damp dishcloth, put it down on your table or surface, and then put the tray on top of that, and that too is a low-tech way of keeping your tray from sliding around. These trays are virtually indestructible. That's why they use them in schools and hospitals. They're meant for repeated use. All you have to do is clean them thoroughly and allow them to dry completely before you stack them or otherwise put them away. And that's it. Thank you for being a member of the Blind Kitchen community. Your work trays should help to keep you contained, organized, help with cleaning, and perhaps even offer a bit of visual assistance. Until next time, happy cooking.
She smiles towards the camera. Fade to black. Neo Creative Productions logo appears. The logo fades to black. The Blind Kitchen logo appears. Fade to black.